Infamous 1 was all about becoming a superhero. It was about Cole being a regular, everyday guy who gained superpowers, and what was he going to do with them. Infamous 2 is about Cole being a superhero and becoming a more powerful character and having more control over his powers and what he's going to do with them. So everything in Infamous 2 is about Cole learning more about how he got his powers, achieving new powers, because in the end he's going to have to battle a beast who, at the beginning of the game, completely kicks his ass, and later on he's going to have to fight him again and see how well he can do. Infamous 2 takes place in New Marais, which is a city kind of like New Orleans. It's very different from the city in Infamous 1, which was Empire City, which was more like New York City, a city with tall buildings and very urban. New Marais has a more southern flavor. The architecture is very, very different, quite a bit older. The city isn't as destroyed as Empire City was. The people who live there are more kind of in a, there's more racial diversity in that city. The people dress differently. It's a hot city where Empire City was a cold city. And so having this city with a completely different character from the city in Infamous 1 has given us an opportunity to try lots of different types of architectural styles. Cole has a lot different types of places to go. A lot of what Cole is able to do is parkour and climb and navigate the city. And really by moving to New Marais, we're able to have add a lot more variety to the types of things that Cole can climb on and the places he can go in the environments where we can set up the things that Cole has to do. Yeah, the storyline has quite a few forks depending on your decisions. There are a whole bunch of missions that will not appear unless you're on one side or the other. There are two side characters, Nyx and Quo. Nyx is kind of chaotic and Quo is more kind of lawful. And so you actually choose to do different things using one of them as your partner during different parts of the game. And depending on which one you choose, you don't get to see the other missions using the other partner. Cole has everything that he had at the end of Infamous 1. You're not starting from scratch again. Cole still has all of his electrical powers. He has, he can climb. You know, he's a master parkour. We've designed New Marais as a city that he can navigate around using things like train tracks and the power lines for cable cars, so he can navigate all around the city just using his electrical powers. And all of his different powers, whether it's throwing grenades or shooting electricity or lifting things, all of those have kind of multiple different levels. So as you play through the game, you get more and more powers depending on how you want to upgrade Cole.
So
guys like you.
Well, we really wanted to let the community use all this great artwork that we had created, the city, all the things in the city, all the bad guys. We want people to be able to use that and mix and match them in ways that maybe we hadn't thought of. And so we started doing user-generated content from the very beginning. We've been trying to build this system where people can actually edit missions in the world, and people can, with our editor, create missions just like the ones that are in the actual game. And so we've seen a lot. It's really surprising. We've seen lots of different variety already just from our internal people who've been using the system. Sometimes they'll create missions that are exactly like what you would have in Infamous 2, where shoot some bad guys, maybe you're ambushed. But then they're also creating things that are completely like one of our people created something that was kind of like Angry Birds, where Cole is throwing things and knocking things down, and we didn't even know that was possible. But we had created this tool set, and it really gives people a lot of freedom to make whatever they want to make. And already, just with the internal people, we've seen lots of different things that we never would have thought of ourselves. And we're really excited to see what the community comes up with, and what both people create, but also what they like from the set of things that other people.
It's gonna be a short-term visit, man.